Then shall the righteous shine forth as the sun in the kingdom of their Father. Who hath ears to hear, let him hear. Again, the kingdom of heaven is like unto a treasure hid in the field, the which when a man hath found, he hideth, and for joy thereof goeth and selleth all that he hath, and buyeth that field. Again, the kingdom of heaven is like unto a merchant man seeking goodly pearls, who, when he had found one pearl of great price, went and sold all that he had and bought it. Again, the kingdom of heaven is like unto a net that was cast into the sea, and gathered of every kind, which when it was full, they drew to shore, and sat down, and gathered the good into vessels, but cast the bad away.
A transfer of rulership is coming, and the kingdom of heaven will be on earth. Righteousness will be spread throughout the whole four corners of the earth. Wickedness will be put down.
You are my servants. Remember your place. We obey you, Majesty. We are honored to toil for you.
The time is right. The harvest will yield. The world
A transfer of rulership is coming, and the kingdom of heaven will be on earth. Righteousness will be spread throughout the whole four corners of the earth. Wickedness will be put down.
Yes, Your Highness. We will obey. You are doing well. Thank you, my king. Let them see the might of the throne. Yes, Your Majesty. Work. Let the land yield its riches. Yes, Your Majesty. I survey my domain. They are toiling as commanded. Yes, Your Majesty. We work until the sun sets. Let them work. The yield today is satisfactory. Keep them working. Yes, Your Majesty.
A transfer of rulership is coming, and the kingdom of heaven will be on earth. Righteousness will be spread throughout the whole four corners of the earth. Wickedness will be put down.
You guys are
All right, bros. All right. Y'all, first and foremost, we're going to give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Bakakwadash, and double unto Apostle Edison GMS, and salutation to your brother, push your word with truth, and sincere four corners. We GMS Mississippi Camp, and the brother got a lesson tonight. It's going to be, what is it? The demolition? What is it?
Demolition of Babylon.
Demolition of Babylon. But before we get started though, that video just played, bro. That's just a beautiful sight, man. That's a beautiful sight to see that you know they're just call it. Well, it's just something we just brothers that made up, but we gonna be I mean I got no words to say it, bro. Like I just watching that, man. And that's beautiful, man. You just seeing that right there, and you have them heads in captivity. Hey, bro, bro, I just loved it, bro. That's why. But back on y'all, bro.
Y'all good, bro. And because that's what everything that we're seeing, is leading to. Matter of fact, real quick, yeah, I know this one of your favorite precepts of Coin. Get that precept for the elder real quick. Second Ezra 4:28. Because everything that we're going into concerning prophecy, well, we can't get these good things until this place is rooted up. So what we're seeing is the build up to the Lord getting ready to uproot this wicked kingdom and plant a righteous kingdom in this place, man. Like the brother said, man, the heathen gonna be subdued, which they deserve captivity, man. They've been wilding out under Esau, man. And this is why the Lord got them warring with each other over this new world order. And they finna cancel each other out, and Yahweh Shah just gonna come and clear the board, man. And set up, his people and rulership forever, man. But yeah, let's get that for the elder Bob Shop and second Ezra 4:21. And you guys are coin.
Okay.
This is book of Second Ezra, this chapter 4 and verse 28. But as concerning the things whereof thou askest me, I will tell thee, for the evil is sown, but the destruction thereof is not yet come.
And that's what the bro let's gonna let demolition of Babylon, man. But and the thing about it, like you can't have two rulers. You can't have the bad ruling and the good ruling. It's all gonna be a conflict. They gonna constantly bump heads because they want to rule and the good want to rule. But guess what? This place got to go down before the righteous rulership come. But go ahead, brother.
Verse 29, it says, if therefore that which is sown be not turned upside down, and if the place where the evil is sown pass not away, then cannot it come that is sown which is good.
See, if this system do not go down, the sown were good. It can't come. So, but guess what? It is gonna go down, man. It is gonna be Esau is gonna get taken out of power because he's the one got all the pushing the wickedness on in the world. America is pushing this fucking wickedness over the world, man. Because if you don't do what they say, they'll come with some kind of coup, some bullshit, or make up a lie, and go and take people's shit. Like in Ghana, I don't know if it's Ghana or whatever. It's someplace over in Africa. Basically, if they want to push that fruit basket shit, they put sanctions on you, and that's what they do. You gotta be down with them, or they gonna bring the shit to you. And that fruit basket is all over the world, man. All right, but this place has got to go before the good come, man. And which it is gonna go. But that's all I got, y'all.
Bro. So yeah, just segue right into the lesson, because everything that we're, teaching on and everything that we're bringing out, the news, prophecy, all these things that we're going into, the current events, it's all about the downfall of Esau Edom, not just America, but the complete collapse, all right, of Esau's authority in the earth, this whole wicked, all right, system that the devil, runs the earth with is going to be destroyed, man. So the brother want to get into some prophecies, man, and Lord will, your brother and sister edify. But you can go ahead and get the precept, bro. That Matthew, what the brother wanted.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24, starting at verse 6. It says, and ye shall hear of wars. You said start at 6, right, bro?
Yeah, start at 6. And you got it, y'all. He get these precepts for you. So we get to Matthew 24 and 6 for you, bro.
This is Matthew chapter 24, starting at verse 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars, that ye see that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet.
Yeah, I think the brother had froze down. But yeah, so this is what we at, and this is what we're constantly seeing, what's dominating the news. dealing with, these conflicts. And right now, the main conflict between the small hats, allied with America, and Iran, in which we know, all right, that this war, all right, isn't going to escalate, to all out war, until these devils get to a certain point with this MOTB. So right now we're hearing rumors of wars, we're seeing skirmishes, there's real military actions taking place, okay, but it's going to be contained to a certain point until these devils get to a certain stage of the new world order, especially when they get to the point where they mandate the MOTB, so what we're seeing is building up to the chaos, okay, that's going to bring the desperation that these devils, all right, need, okay, first, to depopulate, because before they transition, they want to depopulate, man. Okay, so they want people to starve to death. They want, all right, these different conflicts between these nations. They want pestilence. They want these things to happen to depopulate and bring desperation. Then they're gonna present the MOTB. But while this is happening, these nations, are going to continue their hostilities, man. So we're constantly just seeing these things build up. You back them, y'all? You good?
I'm good, bro. You can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Okay, I was just holding it down till you got back, bro. But yeah, you can read it and yeah, you got.
I'll read verse 6 again. It says, Matthew chapter 24, verse 6, and you shall hear of wars.
Can you hear me, bro?
Yeah, we can hear you, bro. Can you hear us?
See, it's freezing up on my end, but I'm just gonna go with it. But yeah, hey, what we doing is, hey, even what the brother was like the other times we want to get into, man. Hey, everything is basically leading up to it's leading up to the world being placed back into the the hands of the righteous, man. But hey, through these rumors of wars and these wars that everything is just flowing beautifully because this is the prophecy of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And we seeing these nations at wars, man. At war. We seeing these nations at war, and not only are we seeing them at war, but we seeing the prices of food affected. The prices of what the brother's gonna get into the video, fertilizer. One of the things that these farmers are using to get these max yields on their produce. We seeing these affected, and these farmers, hey, it's cutting a lot of farmers out. So hey, with that being said, if it putting pressure on these farmers, hey, that pressure is going to eventually flow down to the people, the consumers, because what's going to happen is you got these storehouses, these stores that the middlemen, they're gonna pass the pressure down to the consumer, man. And you're gonna have that's where you're gonna get your inflation. But hey, that's one of the things we're looking forward to as well. Not just the wars and these nations in conflict, World War III, but we also looking forward to what the family Yahweh Shem Yahushua said that would take place. And Baba Kashai, you get that real quick 2 and 3, just to tie in with the brother, open up with.
Can you want me to read verse 7, bro, in Matthew?
Yeah, you can get that real quick and then get that Habakkuk 2 and 3, Baba Kashai.
Habakkuk 2 and 3. It's Matthew chapter 24, verse 7. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in the diverse places.
Yeah, and this basically this less was opened up, basically geared more toward the famine that Yahweh Shem Yahushua is really orchestrating in the land. But he using these heathen to do it, So, but they are all fulfilling prophecy, man. See, whether they want to believe it or not, or whether they know, but at the end of the day, the Lord playing chess. The Lord playing chess with these pieces of these kings and these pawns, man. With the militaries, the generals, presidents, the leaders. How about Shem Yahushua strategically having to move in a way that it's going to affect them in a way that the outcome is going to be fulfill prophecy. You got it, bro. Get that Habakkuk 2 and 3, Baba Kashai.
Come on, I got you. You want me to start at 2? Or you want me to just go straight to 3?
Yeah, just go straight to 3.
This is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry.
Yeah, so it may seem like, people, we understand the middle class being wiped out. We understand it, but you got people still moving as if really nothing happening. But we can see on a vast scale how again those even the farming supply is being affected, man. So and then they have to give up certain things as far as as brother's gonna get into one of those videos. There's certain things that these farmers have to give up, but the vision that we're looking forward to is all prophecy, man. Everything gonna flow into the righteous ruler being established in the earth, man, being set up to where everything is just gonna be good. But before all that good comes, Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai is gonna do. He's finna strip the earth. He's finna put pressure on these people, man, and it's gonna be through Esau in them.
I got this for you, bro. It's that word vision and the blue letter. Hazon. That's it, right, bro? Hazon.
Yeah, where you at? Let me see. Hold on.
This the word vision in the Greek.
Yeah, it's Hazan. Yeah, Hazan.
It's the word vision in the Greek, Hazan. Just to back you up, bro. Outline of biblical usage, section 1, parts 3 and 4. It says vision, oracle, or prophecy, divine communication. It says as title of book of prophecy, going into that vision. So that vision going into, like you saying, bro, that prophecy. But you got it.
Yeah, so we about to see a squeeze happen on these people, but the scripture goes into how the elect is going to be good. Lord willing that we keep the faith, and Yahweh Yahweh Shai is gonna feed his chosen, man. He gonna feed his elect. It's at the end of the day. You're gonna eat while others, while they have no food, man. While they starve. You're gonna drink with theirs, while they thirst, man. So at the end of the day, and we're gonna rejoice in it. So because we're gonna know that this is our power who's providing. So yeah, that was it for me right there, bro. If any brother didn't have, then you can get the video.
Okay, come on. We'll segue to the video. You had some of the mod before we went to the video?
Nah, we good, bro.
Okay, come on. So you can stop sharing it. I'm gonna share the videos on my end, bro. So yeah, let's go to the first video, that the brother had. All right. Let me see this one. Cause I got one as well. So yeah, and then these farmers are already catching hell, due to certain tariffs. Because Trump is nothing but a big wrecking ball, man. See, Trump was here to devastate the American people. Okay, because see, what people gotta understand is a big difference between the American people and the American system. The American system is the military and the economy. Okay, and the economy, all right, benefits the super rich, and the military benefits the super rich. Okay, but the people, all right, are finna suffer. You see, they finna bring suffering to the people. Trump, and the scriptures say that the Lord he was gonna put a cruel Lord over them in Egypt. Okay, well, we see that nigga Trump, fit the part, and he's been assigned by the elites, okay, to demolish, all right, American society, man. All right, the Constitution, okay, all these freedoms and privileges and different things that Americans, all right, have had for so long. Well, Trump is coming to destroy all that, man, and turn this thing into a complete technocracy, a totalitarian state, man. And it's going to begin, all right, with bringing these manufactured shortages, okay, of food, man. Well, let's play this.
Virginia can only deal with the consequences.
You want to know what it looks like spending an astronomical amount of money at one time? Here it goes.
The price of fertilizer has jumped 50% for American farmers since a key component for its production, urea, has been choked in the Strait of Hormuz. Fuel prices are also at a historic high, costing Gray about $100 an hour just to run this tractor.
For my bottom line, I'll tell you, I don't know. It's very uncertain. There it is. There's a corn seed.
Gray is counting on a bountiful corn harvest this summer to stay in business.
Hopefully in about 2 weeks, she'll have a nice little shoot coming up.
He voted for Trump, but now says he blames the president for breaking a promise to stay out of new wars.
Don't want to call my president a liar, but it sure is far from the truth of what he's doing because we are starting a war at what seems unnecessary.
A few counties over, a dairy farm is also feeling the war's strain. The average dairy cow eats 50 kilos of feed each day. So for these 300 cows on this farm, that's 15,000 kilos of feed daily. Now, the hunger of these girls never changes. What does change is the cost of growing their food. Keeping the cows fed has kept Brandon Moyer's family busy for 5 generations. Their farm is the oldest family dairy in Virginia. Now they're paying more to grow the corn and alfalfa that make up the cow's feed.
There's down times and up times, and got to go with the ebb and flow.
Moyer says the Iranian regime had to pay consequences for threatening the U.S., but he hopes the war ends and the strait opens. And now, rather than just hoping for rain and sunshine, American farmers are also hoping for a deal to end the war. Heidi Jo Castro, Amelia County, Virginia.
Yeah, man, and you Americans are so goddamn simple, you know, because here it is, this nigga in 2026 voting for Trump, okay, a nigga, all right, and then you got old boy said Iran should pay for threatening America, but he ain't with the war, man. It just show how simple you Americans are, man. That's why you Americans finna suffer like you finna suffer, man, okay? 2026 and you that goddamn simple, man, you know? But this war, what the least are getting ready to do with this war, they're going to bring about these crises, you know, because it ain't going to stop, all right? Because, you know, there's rumors that Iran struck a U.S. Navy vessel a few hours ago, you know? So now everybody waiting to see how Trump is going to retaliate. So ain't no stopping to this shit. Whenever this shit cool down a little bit, the Lord put some gasoline on it, man, because the Lord want this war, just like going back to the beginning of the lesson, so he can uproot this bitch, man. The Lord want this war. You know, we want it too, you know, because we can't get the kingdom, all right, until this war goes nuclear, man. And before it goes nuclear, these devils got to bring the squeeze, you know, with these manufactured shortages and crisis, okay, to bring depopulation and desperation, man, you know, to present that chip as salvation. But I got one more video. It's a quick one too, about 4 minutes. But all these farmers, that's the thing that's trending, that these farmers are catching hell. And most of these farmers voted for Trump, you know, because Trump was supposed to be this conservative, you know. Then you had that nigga Robert Kennedy, you know, talking about making America healthy again, okay? And everything that nigga put in place, all right, it destroyed the farmers, man. Okay, so let's play this one, and then we'll get back to some precepts.
Ain't no great place no more.
The war in Iran is taking a financial toll on U.S. farmers.
About a third of the world's fertilizer supply passes through the Strait of Hormuz.
To put it bluntly, it's been a whirlwind. We went from stability to nothing but instability week by week, and he has caused that.
was so proud to do it. It was so bad right from the beginning.
My name is Caden Cable. I'm 32 years old, and I'm from Union Parish, Louisiana. This area is in my blood, and my blood is certainly in the land as well. So I am harvesting what's known as the red arrow. My brother and I started our farm in 2017, but we had primarily been growing food like since we were kids. The feeling of being able to see someone smile and talk about how my produce has sustained their family, it makes me feel proud for what I do because I could give that to somebody. And with this illegal war in Iran, it has been stressful to say the least. We saw a significant price increase on the price of fertilizers. We either have to choose to eat that cost and less money either goes back and invested into the farm, or we're not getting paid a livable wage. And we have had people complain. We've had people cancel. That makes me feel like a bad business owner because it's either I suffer or they suffer.
So these are just the remnants of what we had from this field block. So that's just one of our orange carrots.
To put it bluntly, it's been a whirlwind. Literally the first week that Trump was in office, trade war with Canada. China used to buy over $1 billion in soybeans from Louisiana. Our citrus industry has collapsed. Pecan industry collapsed. Whenever I hear somebody complain about stuff that Trump did that they don't like, I ask them if they voted for Trump. And if they say yes, well, dude, you got the day that you voted for. All the tariffs that he passed for Middle Eastern countries, the Gulf states in particular, we get fertilizers and trace minerals from there. All of that has gone up. It's going to be a lot easier for a mega corporation to afford $10,000 worth of fertilizer than it is for, say, a 5-man farm. Most of us here, we don't have that luxury to dream anymore. Our reality is unaffordable. You can't dream if you can't see past what your bills are for that week. Whenever people ask me, how my wife and I are doing, I say that we're doing fine, but how do you tell somebody that you're not actually fine? How do you tell them, man, I had to debate whether or not to either drop my medical insurance or not pay our water or electric bill.
I ended up catching a 15, 20-pound catfish, and I took a picture of that.
One day we got a letter in the mail and she opened it and I just hear like her kind of freak out. I was like, what's going on? And she showed me and it showed an increase from what we were paying, which was I think $467 or something like that a month is what we were paying. And this letter said that at a certain date, our healthcare payments per month were going to go up to $1,447.52. I started freaking out a little bit because I'm just like, we don't have that kind of money. We're either going to have to drop our insurance or one of us will to save at least a couple of $100.
Seeing everything go up
through. Yeah, finished, man. And you can see that that the demolition started even before the war. Trump, the terrorists, you see that they was intentionally directed at farmers, man, because they want to break their food supply. The scriptures say how you gonna break that staff of bread. I believe that's Ezekiel 4:16. But any brother got some precepts want to get into? And then we get that article.
I got a quick one. Job 9:24.
Yep. You got it, bro.
So like, yeah, I can get it pulled up.
No, it's all good, but it's just it's you can see now, because that's why I even been going back and looking at. I was always been the build up to this point, man, because they've been at war with the American people, and Trump came in and he really, was a wrecking ball, for American society, man. In this war, it accelerates what they was already doing, What you got, bro?
God, this is the book of Job, chapter 9 and verse 24. It says, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof, if not where, and who is he?
Right. So, this devil is in the position he is now because the Lord allowed him to rise up, from the Renaissance, man. And since they have been empowered, the earth has been so out of whack and out of balance because it's ruled by an unrighteous, unbalanced person, man, or a nation. So you got everything that's happening now with the wars, right? Everything that's going on with the farmers, everything that's going on with the air, the water. All these things have been tainted and polluted because of who's in rulership, man. Because they have the power to manipulate and control all the aspects of life. You know, you don't have no one within the nation of Israel, okay, when it comes to the 12 tribes who has the means of flying a 757 plane and spraying chemtrails in the air, okay? Jake don't have the means of having oil companies constantly drilling and pumping oil out of the earth. Jake don't have the means of having these laboratories and doing these 3D printed foods and growing all this unhealthy, lab grown foods for people to consume, man. These things are happening because the wicked is in rulership, and there are the ones who destroying the earth. They're the ones who destroying society, and all these things they're doing is a means to an ends for them when they think that the depopulation, the killing off of the people, conquering and trying to take over lands and control all the oil, it's going to benefit them in their NWO, man. Okay, bringing forth their new industrial lifestyle, so that, if you will. But they're not going to reach what they want or accomplish what they want, man, because the Lord has set those bounds, man. But this man, he's a tyrant, man. Okay, and a tyrant, he is basically a person who's cruel, a cruel governor when you look up tyrant. But when you go into, and the elder Ayash mentioned it, when you go into what is Isaiah the 19th chapter, is the Lord said he's going to give the people over to a cruel Lord, man. And we're watching Trump just explode when it comes to being a cruel individual, man. Okay, ICE is still bombarding America, locking up people, running down on people. You still got inflation just happening. People still losing their homes, okay, their jobs. They even passing laws making it basically illegal to be homeless. But they are worded in the sense that, well, it's not illegal to be homeless, but it's illegal to set up tents here, set up tents there, sleep on sidewalks and benches. Well, that's still illegal. So if you within them brackets of them laws, then you're gonna be ticketed, arrested, or whatever. So therefore, you was doing an illegal act according to their laws, man. But what this devil will do, they'll send these millions and billions of dollars to other countries, man, while the Americans suffer. And the brother mentioned about the guy in the video saying that that America should, I can't remember exactly how it worked, but if Iran threatened America, America should respond. Well, how long has America been threatening Iran? They don't have the right to respond. They don't have a right to defend themselves. So, but this is the narrative this devil's going to push, man. He's always the victim when it comes to his narrative. But at the end of the day, he's the tyrant, man. He's the Tasmanian devil. He's the one who's constantly destroying the earth, man, and trying to depopulate, and hinder and consume life, and he wants to bring forth a technocracy, man. He wants to plug people in a digital system, man. This is the mind of a psychopath, man. But the Lord is going to destroy this man, because again, when you go into what is that? Destroy him that destroyed the earth, in the book of Revelation. He's going to have to be destroyed, man, because he's the one destroying the earth, man. From the air, the water, the food, the people, you name it, man. He's a cancer. That's all I got, bro. And I know I ran it a minute, but that's all I got.
Bro. It's all, bro. And the other brother had something like you had something. You got no yet. You got something like.
Okay. You can give me Matthew chapter 24, verse 12 and 13.
before you get them, I'm gonna say, because what bro was saying, like on the video, what Big Bro was saying, well, not Big Bro, the big guy was saying, he was like, it's either me or them, you know. But that's Esau, you know, Esau setting up, you know, that conflict, you know, that sword, you know. So what? It's the consumer versus the producer, you know. It's either me or you, you know, and this is gonna cause static, another form of static, in America, because what, they can't allow America to stand to so they can get whatever they, you know, they can get their new world order off the ground. They need America at odds, you know. So what? Hey, y'all ain't eating because y'all produce, you know, the producers, but they produce. The livestock is starving. It's like if your livestock is starving and dying off, of course you're gonna go hungry, you know. This is all, you know, all the ploy for Esau Edom. Like, okay, we have to weaken the American citizens, you know, so they can come through, you know, and move and do their thing.
Bro. And Big Boy ain't gonna miss no meat. You seen Big Boy?
Hey, that's what I said.
Goddamn.
No, I said all that damn vegetation. He
like
that?
He said,
Big Boy ain't miss no goddamn meat. He passed it to the consumer, goddamn. Yeah, he gonna pass it to the consumer, goddamn. You got it, bro.
That boy growing the food is still going to Mickey D's. It's Matthew chapter, you said 12 and 13?
24 and 12.
24, 12, 13.
Yeah.
God, this is Matthew chapter 24, verses 12 and 13. It says, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold.
Because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. What? People gonna be forced to become animals, you know. Ain't no laws gonna be holding their mind. They ain't gonna be holding no laws in their mind. They gonna be on that, I'm gonna have to get it how I live, the law of the jungle, the law of the concrete jungle, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, people gonna be becoming colder and colder and colder in their mind.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because, you know, they don't go by the law. They ain't trying to keep the commandments towards each other. Nah, it's that wicked or do as thou wilt or just do it, I gotta have it now mentality. And that's the mentality. And that's the mentality the people of the world is going in Jacob's trouble.
Mm-hmm.
You got it.
God. We said the other day when we was riding, you saw it was a squirrel, and it was a dog with a squirrel in his mouth. His mouth had blood all over. And we were like, man, he really getting primed for Jacob's trouble. Yeah. This verse 13. It says, but he that shall endure until the end, the same shall be saved.
And he, you know, is the elect. The elect, they're gonna be what? Operating with the knowledge, you know, the knowledge of Yahweh Shemal Shah. You know, they ain't gonna be in the same timing of this world, you know. But again, you can also one more Salah. Can you give me Isaiah chapter 19, verse 2? Yeah, because people is about to go at it, you know. It's about to become the Wild Wild West once again.
Mm-hmm. This is book Isaiah chapter 19, verse 2. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight every one against his brother, and every one against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom.
And that's a division that they need, you know. So what they gotta have everybody against themselves to have, you know, to have the demolition of Babylon to happen. You know, you got your white or right wing, your left wings, you got your red and blue states, you got the producer versus the consumers, you got this faction versus that faction, you know. They're priming everything to happen, so when it's chaos happen, people can go at it, that they can come in, do some more damage, but they can say the damage they're doing is gonna clean up. You know, clean up the damage y'all did, you know, just so they can introduce their you know, new world order, their operations, you know.
That movie Civil War, where he said he was American. He said, what type of American?
Come on, bro. And the brother had a precept?
Yeah, I got some, bro.
Oh, you got it, bro.
But you met Proverbs 29 and 2. I think it's 2. Let's see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 29, verse 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn.
That I come. See that's what's going on. Cause you know we watch them videos, them farmers. Hey man, they mourning. But you know what? The money ain't coming in no more. And that nigga that voted for Trump, you need your ass kicked anyway. And no, fuck all that. All you niggas anybody that still vote, you need your ass kicked anyway. Cause y'all really think that shit works? It don't works. All right. And they'll work then, it don't work now. But for the back to the precept, hey, this dude really showing you that he don't give a fuck. He wants this place to go down. The leaks are done. They dumped this place, man. And guess what? The Lord dumped this place. All right. So people are really not liking the orange person no more like that. Like they a couple years ago. Oh man, we gotta vote for him. We gotta vote for now. They all mad him now. All right. But guess what? We loving this shit. We love seeing Esau crying. We in the same boat now. The only thing different, we been through the shit. Ain't shit changed for us. Hey, we good. But Jay gonna get caught too though. But that's all I got, brothers.
I got one, bro. I don't nobody else have nothing.
Bro. Yeah, you get yours and then young guy, you can close out with everything you got, bro.
Go on, bro. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus of Sirach, chapter 10, verse 1 through 4. It says, as a wise judge will instruct his people, the government of a prudent man is well ordered. It says, as the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. What manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell that they're in. So when you have a righteous person, you know, a wise judge, you know, in rulership, you know, then everything is gonna be, like I said, the government of prudent man is well ordered. You know, when Yahweh Shah comes on the scene, we're gonna see that order. But as of right now, it says, as the judge of the people, as the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers, and what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. So we're about to see how Esau is grimy and nasty and filthy, and this nigga is always backwards, and he's all the way backwards and upside down. Well, that's how you 2/3 and you heathens are about to be during the time of Jacob's trouble, because you are about to be an exact product of this nigga, man. Okay, in verse 3 it says, an unwise king destroys his people, but the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited. It said, the power of the earth is in the hands of the Lord, and in due time he will set it over to one that is profitable. So we can see that this unwise king, as the beloved brother Lamar was going into, about how the Lord has handed over these people into what's the word, the specific word that the scripture used? Cruel Lord. The water. That cruel Lord and DJT. He don't care, man. He's destroying you niggas. He's destroying your beloved America. He what's the thumbnail is Trump in a wrecking ball, you know. But that's ultimately what the Lord that's his lot. Like I said, the power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord. So ultimately, all these devils and everybody are still gonna do the biddings of Yahweh Shema Shai, because they run everything, you know. And it says, in due time he will set it over to one that is profitable. Going into what we were speaking about in the beginning of the lesson, you know, the kingdom. But before the kingdom can be established, before the Lord can set it over to one that is profitable, i.e. Yahweh Shai, then he got to uproot this place. He got to uproot all his wickedness. He got to destroy all the wickedness in the earth. You know, with Babylon the Great, America being ground zero. That was all I had, bro.
Bro. Yeah, you got a lot.
Yeah, okay, I do. What you got? Isaiah chapter 16, verse 10.
Yeah, let her lot get it. Let her lot get it, bro. I mean, Young Yacht, he been waiting.
Okay.
Oh, you said
Yeah,
Young
y'all
Yeah.
get-
Okay.
Yeah, y'all get that.
All right,
from,
Con. Yeah,
you
Con,
got-
bro. Yeah. What I want to say, you know, going into that unjust king, you know, versus the righteous that's going to be established. See, I looked up how much food does America waste, because you know you still got, even going back into the family, you still got you got the poor and the hungry out here, you know, the starving out here, right? But it says, see, just doing some research, because we know these devils, they print money for one, you know, they literally print the money out of damn air. So they got the power to end world hunger for one, right? So, but I asked, how much food does America waste? And this is going to be annually. It says approximately 30 to 40% of its food supply is wasted, totaling nearly 60 million tons, which is 120 billion pounds annually. And this equates to about 325 pounds per person a year. You know, so hey, look, man, they're wasting all this shit. And I mean, like I said, hey, this is ultimately this is what America is, man. Hey, it's a wasteful land, which is going to become a wasteland. So at the end of the day, again, when Yahweh Shai set up, you know, the righteous are in authority, hey, the people are gonna rejoice, man, because we're not gonna have to, you don't have to worry about you don't have to worry about this shit that Esau Edom, what he did, how he poisoned the earth, and the mindset he used, you know, that he was in ruling the earth, man. But I want to get this real quick. Get that, bro. 2nd Ezra 6th chapter and the 22nd verse. You're just going right back into that famine.
Yeah, America wastes enough food, like the food that American waste to feed a few countries. You know, you go into how much food America wastes. There's really enough food to feed a few countries, man. And they're just, you know, wasted food like you getting into, bro. America been used to abundance, man. Abundance. You know, one thing about the petrodollar did create, you know, abundance. You know, even if most of it's poison, you know, it did create abundance in America, man. You see, and that's why it's gonna hurt so much in America, this famine, you know, because people, you know, have been pampered with so much convenience and surplus, you know, to where uh, you know, even the homeless people, you know, can keep weight, you know, in America, man. You got it, bro.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 6. You said 21 or 22, bro?
22, Baba Kasha.
22?
Mm-hmm.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 6, verse 22. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. The full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty.
So even if, you know, what the scriptures say, it will not tarry, but even if, you know, if the Lord wants to stretch this out, you know, even if they somehow, you know, have the straight open, eventually it's gonna come to a point where, hey, this prophecy gonna come to pass, because these sown places are gonna appear unsown, man. Hey, and then you got all your grocery stores. It said that they have like 3 days worth of supply of food in there. You know, so hey, again, you know, the truck is gonna stop. You know, these farmers, they're gonna stop. And real quick, 2nd Ezra 15 chapter, Baba Kashai, and we can end it with that. 2nd Ezra 15, I think it's about the 5th verse. That the Lord said so, man.
You said 15 and 5, bro?
Come.
This is the book of 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 5. Behold, saith the Lord Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction.
Yeah, so they hear that point of that, that famine, and with that famine, it's death. You know, a lot of people gonna be consumed by the famine. Hey, and the scripture goes into, hey, those who the famine don't take, hey, the sword should, the sword don't take. What is it? How it goes? How the famine don't take, shall the sword destroy? You know, because a lot of people gonna be taken out by famine, man. You know, but But the scripture goes into how it's better to be taken by the sword than to be taken by famine. So, judgment. Hey, this is ultimately this is the Lord's judgment coming in the earth, man. You know, that was all I had, bro.
Bro. And yeah, so we just got to understand that this what we're seeing is intentional. You know, I say Trump, you know, he's nothing but a wrecking ball for the elites to destroy American society, all right, to get American society caught up, okay, to merge into this new world order system, you know, because America's behind, you know, so it's going to take, all right, a crisis, and, you know, it's going to get catastrophic, it's going to be violent, and these are all the things that the Lord wants, you know, so the biggest puppet in all of this is the elites, you know, because elites are the biggest puppet, you know, within the Lord's movie, and they're doing his bidding on the left-hand side to bring about the kingdom, man, you know, in their mind, within their ambition, they think that they're going to erect, you know, this new world order, man, but they only gonna get so far, man. The Lord is gonna send the true demolition, which is Yahweh Shai and the chariots, man. You know, but yeah, we'll leave it there. You know, Lord will. You know, you brothers. All right, and you few sisters edified once again. We're gonna give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Kakadash, and double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples towards younger brothers. And peace and blessings, salutations, hopefully. Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom.